episode 236 of the Campus Comics Cast, a somewhat depressing episode. It's like kids already starting back to work after that summer break when these comics are released. This is Scott Reed. I'm joined this episode by
Mike Atchison.
And we're going to, of course, be discussing the June 2026 previews or pre-orders catalog. I still haven't gotten past that previews catalog thing.
I haven't either, and I don't even want to try anymore. It's previews can be lowercase. It's
that's true.
To me, it is a preview.
You say previews catalog, that's why I keep saying previews catalog instead of just saying previews. That's why I try to say pre-orders, but even that I get it all.
And that makes the assumption that we're ordering any of these, but it is such a conundrum. I mean, first world problems, I guess.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like having that, summer break where you got to go back to work, having to work, in the education industry and get that horrible summer break.
I know, that whole 2 to 2.5 months off every single year. I know.
The rest of the world is, it feels so bad for you.
They should. They should feel bad for me. So
I've got plenty of people in my family that are in education, so I totally get it.
All right. Well, we did have some listener feedback from our first 5 Punisher and Comics Organization episodes. So I'll go ahead and throw that out here real quick. So this was from Michael Cathro. The Punisher isn't really a character that I have followed over the years, which is actually surprising to me that somebody wouldn't really kind of keep up with the Punisher.
He's very well read too, so it is.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good to hear your thoughts on his first appearances. Then he goes on to Organization. So for Organization, he sorts it kind of similar to we do, DC Marvel, but he breaks up his image from his independence. And then he also has kids' books separated out from the rest of the stuff. And then for titles, he does go alphabetically, but he does keep the numbering together. So like when we were talking about West Coast Avengers and Avengers West Coast, he keeps those in the same one. And then he also keeps things like Uncle Scrooge together regardless of who publishes them. Which, since, I guess, I don't know, Marvel's done some Uncle Scrooge, but they haven't done some of the Uncle Scrooge main title, I don't think. It's always been these one-shots. So I would have all the Uncle Scrooge or Donald Duck or whatever in the indies for the most part anyway. So they would still also be together, because I know it's like Gemstone and Disney and all these Dell and all these other publishers who have done Uncle Scrooge or Donald Duck over the years. I guess it was Gold Key.
It's the series that were published at one time or another by one of the big two, and then also independents. Those are the ones that I think you have to kind of take that approach.
Yeah, that's that, and there's not a whole lot of those, and most of the time they're minor.
Conan is the only one that jumps out immediately.
See, and I would have the Conan books. If it were me, I keep my Conan, the Barbarian, in with Marvel. And then the other Conan books go indie, or I put them in just like when I'm selling them, I might put them in all in a fantasy block, But for the most part, the Marvel would stay with the Marvel, and the others, Dark Horse, Titan, whatever, would be in independence. So.
And I don't know if DC owns the rights to Thunder Agents still, but I put the old Tower comics. The old publisher, Tower Comics, that had Thunder Agents in with DC, just like I would Quality or Fawcett or anything, if DC owns the rights
property
to
now.
them. Yeah, but
I still have them separate. Like if I had Captain Atom, if I had Indies, they would be with the Indies, and then the DC Captain Atom, because often they're really completely different characters, and I don't think there's a lot of people who would be looking for the, let's say, the old school Captain Atom that would really be interested in the modern Captain Atom.
Those old Charltons some of them were kind of rough to read.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that the DC ones are much better.
Captain, that was actually a pretty good series. The one that came out in the 80s, post-crisis. Carrie Bates, I forget who the artist was, but I just sold them recently. Well, not recently, probably to you a couple years ago. So, yeah.
All right. And then Eric from Longbox Review did send us a few books to mention as we are going through the catalog. So I've got his name highlighted by a few books. I actually had all of his recommendations I actually had in my list as well. So I just had to drop his name beside it just to give him a shout out that he also recommends. Or is at least thinking about those. I guess we can't say that it's a recommendation. It's something that we want to make people aware
Considering,
of.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, new books, some things like that. So, okay. So, are you ready to? You got anything else? You ready to just dive in?
I'm ready, and I'll be honest, I don't have anything pre DC.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a few. I am embarrassed to say that there are several books in Bad Idea to mention.
Okay, let's
One,
have it.
two, wow. It's like, and
It
some of
wears
them I
me
feel
out.
obligated. I know, but there's a lot of new number ones, and of course we can't just mention all the new number ones because there's so much garbage. But at least I think there are either the Bad Idea often is for the absurdity, and that's really why I'm mentioning this one on page 97 of Next Phase, which is Lancer number 1. So the premise behind this book is you have this app that connects military veterans with freelance kill work. All right, so what we end up with through this story is you have this former Marine who is basically fighting mutant alligators. Okay, now, because of their name, Bad Idea, this is a little bit too on the nose, but okay, so that's that's mentioned on 97. They keep talking about Lancer all the way to page 105. Actually, it goes past 105. But on 105, they are selling a version of Lancer number 1 that its edge is a steel blade. So it is literally a knife-sized comic book, or a comic book-sized knife, all right, that you can actually purchase. All right, and they even had this note: made against all legal advice, not a toy. So we may be seeing here the end of Bad Idea. The first person who cuts themselves, or like a postal carrier who's shipping one of these books, right, and gets injured. We may have a major lawsuit against Bad Idea, and that may be the end of them. And I will be shocked if this actually makes it out.
And this is why I skimmed through Bad Idea, because the gimmicks I cannot deal with it anymore. It is what else? It's almost funny. It's what it says is 1 in 250.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to order 250 copies to get one of these,
and for $20.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes the Eclipso plastic diamond on the cover look.
How would you sort
cool.
this book into your collection, Mike, if you owned this?
On the handle with care section of my collection.
Yeah. Okay, enough about that Bad Idea.
I want to be in some. No. I want to be in some of the meetings where they concoct these ideas. I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Well, yeah, that's just terrible. All right, 121. We have Ordained issue 4. Mentioning this because there is going to be a new character introduced in this one. Colin Farrell is apparently tied to a show or a movie. So if that is successful, then this, of course, early appearance of a potential new character in a fairly early story. So we have that on page 121, Ordained number 4. I read the first issue of Ordained. Man, that was they had a lot of printing errors. They had like pages that like all the color was some of the color was washed out.
Really?
And it was but it was also on like newsprint, so it was just a weird reading experience on that first issue of Ordained. All right, and then on page 142, we've got I cannot believe I'm talking about Bad Idea this much. Alligator. So this is a new book in their Monsterverse. Okay, and again, I'm not super impressed with like the art on any of these Alligator. It looks like the same creator who did I can't think of what it was called, the dog one from last month. But it's very cartoony art, but it is another number 1. So if you're going to lean into that Bad Idea Monsterverse,
and I mean, Robert Venditti is the one.
I know,
and
it's like you see some of these names and you're like, man, there has a potential to be good, but then it's just so absurd. I just don't know what to think about it. So, and speaking of absurd, you still have Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, getting a new series, Fair Play. This is on page 155, and here they're also introducing a new title character, or a new partner to the title character. So I guess it's the first appearance of that character. Now, here's the one serious note from Bad Idea. This is on page 195. The final issue of Matt Kent's Save Now is being solicited. I had decided this was only a 3-issue series because there's been at least a 2-month delay in this book. So this is the final issue of the Matt Kent series. So Save Now, issue number 4. I read the first issue. I was different than what I was expecting. I think I said that before in a previous pre-orders. But so I am picking this one up primarily because it's Matt Kent. Okay, now I'm on to DC. So yeah, I'm on page 216.
Still you then.
Still me. Okay. This is more about the oddity of it. So we have Poison Ivy, issue number 47. This title is the first page in the DC catalog. So what this is this is a prelude story for a Batman crossover event, Bad Seeds. Now, this is such a weird book to be first. It makes me wonder if something significant is going to happen in this story. So that's the reason why I am pointing it out. Because what other reason, even if they're just super psyched about this Bad Seeds crossover, still I think you would put the first issue of Bad Seeds as the first page book. Even if this predates that story. However, DC is choosing to lead the catalog with Poison Ivy 47. Just going to throw that out there for people. There's nothing in the solicit that makes me think that anything special is happening in this book. But it's just weird to me.
It's either something's possibly happening or somebody decided, well, we need to solicit these in the exact order of the release because it's a prelude and blah blah blah, but I don't think they've followed that path previously.
So anyway, I'm just putting that out there. I part of me thinks like, do I need to order this book just because?
You will.
What's that?
I probably will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see.
If you have a hunch, I could see you doing it.
All right, I'm at 232.
I'm at 224. Okay. This is the next comic in the Next Level initiative by DC, and it's a Deadshot comic called Next Level One Shot #1 by Jerry Duggan, and art and cover by Fernando Blanco, and it's a return to one of, I'd say, DC's more well-received villains. He's mostly a villain, but and originally a Batman villain, I believe. But he also was in Suicide Squad for many, many years. Probably one of the mainstays on that title, and he has some redeeming qualities. If I recall, he has a daughter that kind of drives her well-being, drives a lot of his reasoning for doing things. I'm looking at on this cover some pictures on this bulletin board. Do you see that cover there, Scott? And I see it looks like some Doom Patrol members. I can't tell who's in the cowboy hat. If that's a Jonah Hex.
That's probably Jonah Hex. I think it's because he's got the little scar over his what would be his right cheek on the left-hand side that we're looking at. Yeah.
I don't have it zoomed in real closely, but anyway,
then Robin and is that Cheshire beside Robin on the top?
Could be. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. On the far left, top left, is that the Demon? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to figure out who that was, and as soon as you said it, that immediately made sense. So yeah.
So I'm intrigued with this. I'm definitely going to get it.
Yeah, that is interesting because Jonah Hex wouldn't be alive at the time of Deadshot. So why is there a picture of Jonah Hex on the bulletin board?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that is interesting.
The
Okay.
solicit says it's basically Deadshot uncovers a conspiracy that will change everything,
Okay.
and it's basically a job that's gone sideways, a father and his daughter, and a web of superpowered lies that stretches throughout the entire DC next level cast of characters. So,
Okay.
I
Is Next Level part of the DCU proper, or is
yeah,
it its own thing?
no, it's part of the
Okay.
continuity. It's just sort of a a not an event, but a marketing. This is a new
Hmm.
initiative, and it's kind of like the next step from All In.
All in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is Deadshot really the deadliest assassin in DCU history?
Uh, you
Do
mean
you
as far
think
as a
Deathstroke would
marksman?
have? Do you think Deathstroke would have something to say about that?
I'd say dead. Okay, in gaming terms, Deadshot is the most deadly because he's a camper. He just
Okay.
sits and he waits for the opening,
Okay.
takes his shot, and he's done. He
Okay.
camps in that little spot. That's what makes him deadly. But if you
Okay.
put him toe to toe with Deathstroke, no,
Okay.
he's out there bad.
All right. Okay. All right. I was just curious. So, all right. Still on 232.
And it's you.
Okay. Do you have 232 as well?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I'm just throwing this out there because once again, I don't know if we have a hiatus for Tom King or if he's off the book because we have for Wonder Woman issue number 36 written by Stephanie Williams. So, again, is this a hiatus for a few issues like he did previously,
I have to
or
hope
is he
so
off the book?
because he
Yeah,
committed to a longer run.
mhm.
I know he's busy. We'll cover later a book he's doing for Dark Horse.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
the art's still good.
Yeah.
I will probably, just for the sake of not allowing a gap in my Wonder Woman run, I'm sure I'll get this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've just been reading it on the app, but it's been good. So yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Uh,
Okay. What do you
I'm
got next?
235,
All right.
and there we have Justice League Unlimited number 22, and the reason I mark it or bring it up is because it's a new, basically a reborn Despero. He's sort of unless you count the Starro story in Justice League or Brave and the Bold 28, you have the Despero was on the cover of Justice League of America number 1. He's the fin-headed guy who looks silly going side to side. So to make him look a little bit more mean and scary in the 80s, they made the fin go more mohawk-like. And now I'm curious as to see what he's going to do. He's sort of a well-known Justice League villain. So yeah,
At with Mark Wade on the writing duties for that.
yeah. Wade and Morris still. I'm still enjoying this somewhat. I kind of feel sometimes that the Unlimited thing can run its course, and there's some dilution to the storytelling because you've got so many. I don't know that this works as well in comics as it did in uh, the animated series.
I'm on 241.
I've got 237,
Okay.
which is New Titans number 38, and it features uh, the hero from Dakota City, Statics,
Hmm.
joining the Titans.
Yep.
So
Again, rejoining, right? Because it says Static is back.
yeah, yeah. I
So,
don't know. I haven't been reading this, so I'm not. Yeah, I have to infer the same thing
mhm.
that he's been on the team before, but yeah. So they're making a big deal of it. Tate Bromball is the writer. He's taken over for the last guy, John Layman. So I think I ordered an issue or two of Titans recently. Just I haven't got to it yet, but yeah, I don't know. They've got a whole their lineup looks quite a bit different now. They got a new Terra. They've got that Kid Devil.
Hmm.
It looks like by the cover. So anyway, it's Scott. They have, I think, over all these years since 1980 when the new Teen Titans by Wolfman Perez came out. I don't think the magic has been rekindled yet
Yeah.
of what that series brought. I think Jeff Johns came close in the early 2000s, but not much else.
I think about the only thing really is that's come close to that is like some of the Young Justice stuff.
Sure, yeah, that yes,
I really
absolutely,
think that kind of took over for Teen Titans.
yeah, yeah, that had that fresh feel that
Yeah.
the original New Teen Titans had.
Well, that's part of it because it's not Teen Titans anymore, right? It's
It's New
Titans. In this
Titans,
case,
yeah.
New Titans. So I mean, you don't have a 13, 14-year-old Dick Grayson.
Right,
It's a full adult. These are all fully adult characters now,
yeah,
and it just sometimes you know that's just this type of story that you want. So
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
still on 241.
It's your turn. Yep.
Okay, all right. So Batman and Robin Year One dynamic duos. We've got yet another team up from Mark Waid and Chris Somney. I think their last team up was just Batman and Robin Year One,
Yeah,
which I have the issues for and have not read yet.
I've read them and they're really good. It's
Yeah,
really,
I
really
figured
good.
as much.
Yeah.
I have them ready to read. I just got to get around to doing that. So, but anytime Wade and Somni are working on something together, it usually has the potential to be pretty good. So,
Yeah, that Somni really brings the feel of that era to the page, and Wade's always got that knack.
yep. Oh, and by the way, that was also pointed out by Eric from Longbox Review.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, and also point out by Eric from Longbox Review on page 245, and if you need to jump back, you can. Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy #1. So this is I guess, our second wave of titles for the newly relaunched Vertigo.
Hmm.
This is written by Ram V, and you have basically this collision of magic and espionage in the old UK. So, does sound interesting. I will probably take a wait and see attitude on this personally, but I am at least a little bit intrigued by this title.
I'm getting this. I'm getting all of the new Vertigo titles until they sort of wear me out. There's one that's probably close to doing that, but this one here, Ramvi, I think he's only getting better. I think this harkens when you describe it. I don't remember if it really lines up perfectly, but I remember this. Didn't he do the five fingers and the six fingers and the wait? What was that called?
I know it's
Something
two different
hand.
books.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The two different
yeah.
writers
I was
were
like
like to read the
six
complete.
fingers, and I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
I can't remember the title.
Yeah,
But he also did like the Layla Starr. He had the run on Detective,
yeah.
and
And the
those
New
things as
Gods,
well.
yeah,
New
which
Gods,
was
that's right.
outstanding. So
Hmm.
this guy's one of my top tier writers now. And Mike Perkins brings a good noir feel if that's what they're looking for here. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. You know what? You saying New Gods made me think I should pick this up.
yeah,
So I may have to. All right. But Eric thinks that it should be picked up. Either
well,
way,
that's the
so.
three of us then.
All right. So I'm on 248.
That's still you then.
Okay. Now I assume this is some type of a typo, that there's not something nefarious going on here. But on this page, both Bleeding Hearts and End of Life, which I'm assuming is the book that you're about ready to be done with.
End of life
Uh,
is yeah.
Neither of these books lists a writer on them. Now, since it's both books on a single page, I'm leaning towards a proofing error. However, I do think
Right.
that's a little odd that we don't have a writer, which was what? Dennis Camp for Bleeding Hearts
Dennis Camp,
and
yeah,
Kyle Starks for
and
End
our
of
yeah.
Life, but neither of them are listed. So could we
Maybe
be
it's just
changing
art.
writers? It's a non-zero chance, but it's probably pretty low.
Yeah, I would agree. I think we can safely count that these are they will have the same writers
Yes.
as they have had.
All right, I'm on 267.
Let's see, 240. Whoops, where'd I go? 251, and it is a action. I'm sorry, not action. That's the other one. Adventure
Adventure
Comics
Comics, yeah.
247 facsimile. So I am the proud owner of this original comic, but it is the ugliest comic. It's great to have, but it is uh was it PCX is like the third
PGX.
PGX, yeah.
PGX, yeah.
I bought it graded, and some friends of mine in Utah actually were able to get it for me. They knew I was hunting it down, and they framed it and everything. And but you can definitely tell there's a difference in the way that company applies their grading, because it probably would be a 1.5 and not a 2.5 that it has. So I'm thinking about maybe getting this to just like be a placeholder. I may have like the Millennium or something, one of those
Right.
editions, but this is a nice, clean
Hmm.
facsimile.
Yeah, the only difference will be the price on it. So,
Correct. Yeah, and no indicia on the inside that to mimic the original.
yes, there you go. So, I'm still on 267.
252. It's another one that I'm debating on. I mean, I've only got so much room, but this is one of those classic Neil Adams covers. It's Batman Limited Collector's Edition, C25 facsimile edition, and it's just replicating the original treasury size. And it's just some silver, bronze, golden, silver, bronze age Batman stories, a mixture, and but it's got that image of that by Neil Adams of Batman kind of running into the foreground with his
Hmm.
cape billowing behind him. And I remember asking Neil Adams at C2E2 about this, or I mentioned how much I liked it, and all he could say was, "Yeah, they never paid me for reusing it all the time." So
Oh,
he, he was a little PO'd
salty.
about it. I will never forget that. And I turned around and looked at our buddy Tyler and said, "Okay, I think I'm ready to go move on then." I've made Neil Adams mad. So yeah, that was the only reason I probably won't get this, since I have the original. I think it's in pretty decent condition as well. And actually, yeah. So did you
Okay,
say
well,
yeah? What?
I said 267. But before we move on,
Yeah.
so C25. Is there any rhyme or reason to the C25? I mean, was there a C24? Was there a C1 through C24?
It goes back to like some strange I want to say C18 or C. It has I if you go to Mike's Amazing World of Comics,
Okay.
there's a whole section that he talks about the giant-sized DC comics, including Treasuries,
Hmm.
the 100-page super spectaculars,
Yeah.
and he addresses some of it's just conjecture. I don't know how much of it's true or proven, but he has a theory, I think, as to why the numbering, uh, you know,
Okay.
is like that. If I recall here, I'm going back to C21 is the earliest one I have.
Okay.
So, and I don't think there's any. I'm on my CLZ looking right now, and C20 is the first one that you can get. So, and it's a Rudolph, and they're hard to get, and I don't
Okay.
really care about it, so I'm not going to get it. But yeah, it starts with number 20,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah,
All right. Thank you.
yeah,
I'm still on 267.
yeah. I wanted to mention in the very next page another facsimile of a very recent book, but it is the Avengers slash JLA number 4 facsimile edition. I am not getting these until I noticed actually I noticed here with number 4. I didn't notice it in the Marvel solicitation last month that number 3 shows an Alex Ross homage cover to that absolutely fantastic George Perez cover from like 1984. That's really the only art that he had completed. I have it on a Wizards magazine, and it's basically got the Justice League and the Avengers facing off in profile, kind of like ready to go at it. And it's such a great cover, but I cannot not get this cover by Alex Ross that's homaging Perez. So yeah, I'm gonna get both. If I had to call my comic shop and track down, get number 3 ordered, and I'm gonna pick number 4 as well, so I can have them connecting covers.
Cool.
And I'm good for a bit. So
All right, well, I'm on 267.
all right.
And it's not that I plan on picking this book up, which is Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1. I did not realize they were still doing the Earth 1 stories. I don't remember seeing one of these except for, reprints of some like the Batman and Superman ones. But it looks like they are continuing Earth 1 here with a new Green Lantern.
Why do I think
I thought this had been I thought that this had been done before.
Yeah.
But then when you read, well, maybe this is a reprint. It has to be because it's soft cover.
Well,
but there was something in it that made me think it was new. But it has to be a reprint because these were all hardcovers to start with.
Well, golly, I wish I could figure out. I thought I listened to a podcast with Gabriel Hardiman talking about a new book, and maybe this is it. I'm looking for.
No, because it's soft cover. It has to be. It has to be just a
2018
reprint,
is
so.
when. Yeah, I have the hardcover. That's correct. It's the only reason it's being solicited now is because it's a soft cover.
Soft cover. Yeah. Okay.
So
I missed the soft cover part of it. So.
And I have it, just have never read it. So shame on me. 1,000 shame on me's because I haven't read a lot of things I've bought.
Of course, it's not in. I was jumping into Key Collector and doing non-keys only, and there's not a. Of course, it doesn't list. Key Collector's missing out on these. They don't have them in there for some reason because it only has Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman.
Oh.
They even have Green Lantern in there for some reason. So, okay. Anyway, never mind. Disregard 267. It's a reprint. Forget it. I'm done with DC.
Me too.
Okay. So I am into Dynamite on page 298. So what you got?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this is something I'm not picking up, but I know that there are a lot of fans of Disney's Tailspin animated series, which has had some comic books before, but Dynamite is giving us a new issue number 1 for Tailspin.
Well, you know what? I like Baloo the Bear. He's one of my favorite Disney characters. I just watched the live action Jungle book with my grandson, at least part of it, last week when we were watching him. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Baloo the Bear.
All right, and then I'm on to 348.
I'm all the way up at 409, so.
Oh, okay. So I won't have. This may be the only thing I have before that. So on 348, this is from Execution Posse. I think I'm just mentioning this because it's a first issue, but this is a Walk Total Destruction number 1. This is actually a one-shot. So there's a series that's a third issue is solicited a couple of pages later called Strength and Ash. This is the artist from that series, Stefano Cardoselli, who writes and does the interior. Now this basically feels like a violence fest is what this book ultimately is. I don't know, just from looking at Strength and Ash and comparing to this one, if this is its own thing or if this is some type of tie-in. So in the event that it is its own thing, that's why I am mentioning it. So if you just want a lot of bloodshed and if Punisher from our last episode is not enough for you, you want to take that over the top, this might be the book for you.
Yep.
All right. Then I'm all the way up to 409.
Okay. That's also where I am.
Well, I'll let you take this one.
Okay. It's from Image Comics. It's a first. It's a number 1. And what's really grabbed my attention. First, I have to admit, the first thing that grabbed my attention was what's Rocketeer doing on this cover without his full uniform, and it's basically this guy he's got a very Rocketeer-looking helmet on a, and he's in a like a one of those white T-shirt, tank top
I believe
T-shirts.
those are referred to as wife
Wife
beaters.
beaters, yeah.
There you
I
go.
didn't know if that's appropriate to say, but yeah. But he's got this hand that looks like what is the Greek god that I remember in
Vulcan
yeah Vulcan, but what's the Greek? I forget what they. That's like the
and
Romanized name
oh,
for him. Hephaestus or
yeah,
jeez.
yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, I remember in the Brian Azzarello run, he his whole hand was like that because he just used his hands to forge the weapons in the fire, on the iron anvil and all that stuff. But anyway, it's written by Rick Remender, and I am in arts by Steve Epstein and Matt Hollingsworth. But Rick Remender has a whole new. I'm looking at him in a whole different light these days with this book Escape that he's
right.
writing, and I'm getting this for that simple reason. It's basically a Mike Denton is Hammerfist. He's a dirt bike hitman, junkie, and absentee father who spent his life chasing the easy fix, drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money while failing the one person who still believes he can be better, his daughter. Wait, is
Which
that
is why he is
solicitation?
in the wife
Yeah.
beater. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of that tells you the wife beater basically explains everything that you just read right
Yes,
there.
exactly. And it also could have been the solicitation for the Deadshot series.
Oh
So,
yeah,
but yeah, it doesn't look bad.
yeah. It's like I see Rick Remender. I know you're big on Escape. I haven't read anything from that yet, and I go, eh. But then I see Steve Epstein, and I go, oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is kind of like a supernatural. My notes say it's a supernatural grindhouse story.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And but Eric from Longbox also had this one down as well. So
Okay. Maybe we'll just have to compare
let's
notes
have to
later.
see. Yeah, see what happens. So I don't know. I'm on 415.
Remind me at the end of this episode. I don't like throwing ideas out there live on
Okay.
the air and make some weird feeling of commitment, but I'm going to bring a suggestion up later after we're done recording.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'll scroll down here to my notes and say Mike idea and then question mark. And then we'll see if you remember by the end of this episode, which is probably why I should
Right,
just go ahead and
right.
say it now. So
I better wait. Well, I'll write. I'll put down. I'll note myself. Okay.
okay. All right. So 415, we got another number one. This is from Sean Murphy called The Last Driver. So the premise of this book is that cars are now illegal. So what happens? You have all your drivers who just still want to drive. All right. Now, there was this movie from I had to go look this up because I remembered the movie from 1981. Had Lee Majors in it. It was called The Last Chase. All right. And it's basically the same premise. I don't know. It's cars are illegal. So he's on like the East Coast. He has to drive all the way to California. And like it ends where he's like about ready to cross over to California. There's like some laser installment or something like that that's trying to shoot him. It's a terrible movie. But this kind of feels like that exact same idea. So, and by the way, that movie was from 1981, took place in 2011. So
Oh wow. Nothing like the future past.
that's right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
past stories of the future. Yes, that we've already passed.
that's right, exactly.
But Sean
So
Murphy, yeah, he's one that is you can feel pretty confident that it's going to be quality work, and the art looks pretty nice too.
yeah, yeah. So I'll have to think about this one, but who knows? 420.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Did you have this one?
I did, but
Well,
yes.
you go ahead. I took the last one. So
Okay, well, it's just again, I since maybe a year ago reading Kill or Be Killed by Brubaker and Phillips, I pay more attention when I see a new story being put out by them. I read or heard somewhere that basically Brubaker has said, there is no reason for him to go back to doing individual comic issues. This is where his and Sean Phillips, I presume, their bread and butter is now. But this is another crime and mystery story. It's a full 144 pages. It's called Unfinished Tales. It's a hardcover for $25. Not everybody will want to get it in hardcover. Maybe they'll wait till it comes out in softcover. But it's what really also caught my eye is in the solicit. It talks about the protagonist here, Finnegan Blake.
Hmm.
He's a successful author, one of the most successful in the world, but he can't enjoy his fame and fortune anymore. And he kept going on, and I'm thinking, this is starting to remind me of that Stephen King book and movie, Misery. You know,
Hmm.
where James Caan played that role,
Yep.
and Kathy
Kathy
Bates.
Bates.
Oh,
Hmm.
one of the best book or best movies ever.
One of the most disturbing scenes
Oh, the
in
hobbling scene, yes.
yes, the hobbling scene.
Oh,
Yes. Whew.
yeah. Everybody cringes on that. But
Yep.
anyway, this it just it's sort of metatextual here because it's a writer talking about writing a story about a writer. So
Yeah. Well, and then you have like a couple of real life examples of this where the writer's not finishing the book and people are saying, "When are you going to finish that book?" I love that.
yeah,
I actually did read this, and it's like, why are you here at this convention when you could be out finishing the book? You're 10 years behind schedule.
I think of that every time I see the name George
Ar-
R. R. Martin. Yeah.
Well, and then the ultimate, if I'm remembering my name correctly, is Robert Jordan, who had
Oh,
that
the Wheel
series,
of
and he
Time
actually,
guy.
yeah, he
Yeah.
actually passed before
Yeah.
the series ended. So because he
In some
dragged it
cases,
out.
it might be best that they don't finish him because I remember thinking that with Jean All. She wrote the Clan of the Cave Bear series. The
Okay.
first three were released and were just fantastic. Then it was like decades before the next one, and it wasn't nearly as good. So it's just just should have left it alone.
Yep. All right, I'm on 431.
Okay, still you then.
Okay, so 431 we have Chachu. Now, what is important about this book? This is a 5-issue series, but it's written by Iman Vellani, who of course plays Ms. Marvel in the MCU. So now I think this is her at
Oh,
least her second time writing, but this is the first time where she's writing her own character. So we have this crime action story and she is listed as the sole writer on this. It's not being ghost written
yeah, you can.
by
Yeah, hey,
someone else.
we're in
Yeah,
Illinois. We can say ghost rided.
ghost writed,
It's our
ghost
dialect.
written. That's right, ghost written. So yeah, so Chachi, it's a 5-issue series, not a huge commitment. I may have to give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing this and I thought there's an awful lot of number ones this month. I'm not going to probably mention all of them, so I'm glad you
No,
did because yeah,
yeah, that one I thought was special enough. I mean, like I've
yeah,
skipped a ton of
yeah,
number ones that just feel, like the
sure,
very next book is a Death Vigil 1 of 6. It's like, I,
yeah.
it's I don't care for it. I'm moving past it, But I do have one on 445.
Okay, you're still up then.
Okay, so we've got Regicide. This is a 4-issue series. I'm not familiar with the creators. Patrick Kindlon is the writer, and Ludovic Laliot is the artist. But the basic premise is that you have this peasant. This is back in pseudo medieval times, apparently. And they happen to live in, guess where? Transylvania.
Hmm.
And you have this stranger who comes through the town, and this peasant is sent with this stranger to go kill the ruler of Transylvania, which we have to assume is going to be Dracula. So you have, again, 4-issue series from Image. Something of an interesting premise, so I thought I would throw it out there.
It says Dracula meets Berserk.
Yeah.
I'm at 449,
Okay, you go right ahead.
and you probably don't have to look really hard to see why I'm mentioning this. It's called Yummy, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, but it looks like
Yeah,
two zeros, not O's. But it's
right.
like 00EX, number 1 of 4, and it's written by Doug Wagner. And he is notable for the work he did on plastic. And
Mm-hmm.
I was a fashion school serial killer. I had the privilege of interviewing him on the road show. Really a great, great guy to talk to. And I have that creator loyalty here with Doug Wagner
Mm-hmm.
to see what this is like. The solicit says, "Yummy is in love, Yummy is lethal," When her MI6 boyfriend disappears, Yummy storms the agency, hacking their network and doing all kinds of crazy antics.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm interested in checking this out.
Yeah, I had this one down as well. Basic
Hmm.
premise: girl's boyfriend disappears, tries to find him with the help of an AI Lamborghini.
AI
But
Lamborghini, yeah.
I did read the first few pages, and it's I don't know if it's the first few, but the pages that are here, and it does look very interesting. So I think I'm going to try this one as well.
Hot dog. Okay, I'm good for about 100 pages.
Well, I'm on 518.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is also from Image. This is Viking Moon trade paperback. So I picked up the first issue of this, read it, and kind of enjoyed the first issue. I didn't pre-order the second through the fourth issue. This is just one of my grab a few just in case something comes of it type of stories. But I liked it enough that I have it in my little list of books that I need to come back to, and this is one. So I am probably going to go ahead and pick up this trade for Viking Moon, story by Joe Pruitt, art by Marcello Fruzen, and it's basically a Vikings versus werewolves type of a story. But I think it's the first issue was more interesting than what I just described it as the premise. So yeah, I'm probably grabbing this one. I don't usually mention trades, but I thought this one was worth
Yeah.
pointing out.
Well, the writer Joe Pruitt apparently is an Eisner Award winner, and I'm not sure which titles he won for, but he some of his credits include Voices in My Head, Cable, and Domino,
I would assume Voices in My Head.
because it's capitalized, maybe.
Because it's the indie book, not
Oh,
the.
sure,
That's probably most of the time the Eisner winners are indie
gotcha.
creators, often. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume that that's where it would be at. Plus, it's mentioned first, so it's probably his most important work.
yeah.
I'm on,
545 is how far out I am.
okay. Well, I have two before you then. So,
Okay,
but they're at 541 is the first one.
okay.
This is the Omega book. Uh, let's see. Author is James Patrick. Artist is Polly Junquero. This is from Mad Cave, and it's a priest inherits some pages, not the whole book, from the Omega book from his deceased father, and now there are others that want the knowledge for themselves. So apparently, the Omega book contains all the secrets of the universe, and now you have this priest with just a few, and apparently, based on the fact that the priest is carrying a gun, I guess he's having to take extreme measures to protect these pages from those who are wanting to take them. The inside interior artwork is kind of that painted look.
Yeah, it reminded
So,
me of the Department of Truth a bit.
oh, okay. So I'm thinking about this one, and then on 543, just another number one. I'm not. I don't know that I'll pick this one up, but it's Mad Cave again. Sloan M. Siegel is the author. Art by Juan Doe. It's let's see. What if the Black Plague caused monstrous transformations instead of killing those who infected it? So in this world, you have the plague doctors give up their freedom to battle these monsters that are actually created. So I don't think it says if it's a limited or an ongoing. I'm going to assume limited, but it doesn't explicitly say it. That one I'm not as confident that I'm going to pick up, but
Yeah,
it did have enough of an interesting premise that I thought it was worth mentioning.
the art looks pretty good too.
And I'll let you take 545.
Yeah, I mean, I think my idea in picking this one over some of the other number ones was this comic called Denver. This
Mm-hmm.
issue one is from some established creators,
Yep.
Palmiotti and Gray.
Great.
They're the old
Exactly.
partnership there, and the artist is Per Brito, and Amanda Connor, as usual.
Imagine if this was
Yeah,
she would have been the artist on this book. Oh my goodness, that would have
yeah,
been so awesome.
yes,
But
yes. But she's just doing the cover. But it's
just the
a
cover,
near
yeah.
future world drowned by rising oceans, and Denver survives as one of the last tightly controlled safe zones. Has this very Waterworld slash The Stand slash any other near future dystopia, end of the world scenario. I kind of like the idea of this, and yeah, and I feel like it's in good hands with Palmiotti and Gray.
Oh yeah, I had this one down as well. It's like when you see those names along with Connor. Like I said, I just wish the only thing that would make this better if Amanda Connor was doing all the art on it.
Right. Right.
I'm also probably going to be grabbing this one as well. So and that is
Awesome.
also from Mad Cave, right? Yeah, Mad
Yes,
Cave.
it is.
All right, I'm all the way up at 659.
I'm one before you, 642, which is okay. I've never heard of this publisher, Red 5 Comics, but it
We've mentioned them a
falls,
few times in the
have we?
past.
It falls
Hmm.
under that list of massive indies,
Hmm.
and it's called The Dark Age. It's a trade paperback, Volume 1, and I'm sure I've missed the individual issues in the past. And I thought the art looked really great. It's got this futuristic medieval look. So think Atomic Knights, but cooler. Uh, it's basically a mysterious plague is haunting the kingdom. And oops, I'm sorry, I started reading the wrong solicit. Where you at? It's by Don Hanfield, Leonardo Rodriguez, Popman, etc. It's the near future where, get this, all metal on Earth suddenly turns to worthless piles of rust. So they don't have technology and no guns and no computers, so they revert to a violent feudal system where basically their weapons are made of wood and glass and concrete. So I don't know. I found this oddly interesting, and I'm definitely going to get this trade. It's $20 from this indie, massive indie / Red 5 Comics. We'll see. The art looks great though.
I'm sorry, I'm scrolling back here. I'm looking for something that I thought was solicited this month, and I didn't have it in my notes. So if you want to go on to your next one, and then I
Well,
can
unfortunately,
hop
my
back
next
in.
one's not until Marvel when they
Oh,
change
so you're not
catalogs.
until okay. So well, I'll just mention it. I don't think it's in this catalog, so I'll probably be mentioning it again next month. But Douglas Paskovich, who is known for Arsenic Lullabies, is finally coming out with a new issue, and it is going to be published by First Comics, which is part of the Massive Indies as well, which was what reminded me about it. So I don't think it's in this catalog. So I think maybe next month or the month after is when we'll actually see that one in
Okay.
there. So just putting that out there, I'll mention it again. 659. This is from Storm King Comics. We have a book called Pause. This is written by Matthew Manning. Artist is Connor Boyle. So, what if you had the power to pause time and then you can unpause anyone that you want to? Now, we've had that premise a couple of times before. There
Mm-hmm.
was a movie that had that premise, but then there was a title called Freeze where people could, unfreeze people. But
Yep.
what makes this one a little bit different is that apparently this guy unpauses somebody and he unpauses somebody who ends up being a serial killer. And then once somebody is unpaused, you can't pause them again. So if he ever pauses time, then this guy is free to do whatever he wants during that time period. So it's like the what's going on between this guy who's pausing and the serial killer. So
Yeah,
I don't somewhat interesting. Then
it
on
is.
page, yeah, go ahead.
One of the I forget what the name of the comic was, but it's been within the last couple years. There was an almost identical premise with the whole freezing time thing,
Well, there was
and
a series called Freeze.
it wasn't that though. It was a
Oh, it was
different
something
one.
else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, who did the art? It was anyway. It wasn't a great. It wasn't that great, but
Okay. Well, this one may not be either, but I just thought I was mentioning the new number one. So,
but it also fall. It says something about on the cover, John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction. So I
uh-huh.
just wonder what his role in all of this was.
And that reminds me, and I meant to put this in the notes someplace, but last catalog we talked about a book called Cloven. I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember that. It had
I
the
do.
horse, the
Yeah,
possessed horse.
right. That I thought
Okay.
was a goat.
Which you thought was a goat, but that's neither here nor there. But I went in to do my orders, and that book wasn't listed. And it turns out that they changed the title of that story to, let me see if I can find it here. I meant to find it in the catalog and forgot to do it. So that was, the title got changed from Cloven to The Dirt Beneath the Devil. Even though on the A cover it shows Cloven, the B and C covers showed The Dirt Beneath the Devil. So that book had its title change. So just FYI, if you were looking for that book in your pre-orders, which is too late now, but it's still before the final order cutoff. So if you tried to order it and somebody said there is no Cloven, it's actually Dirt Beneath the Devil. 4-issue series.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah. So anyway, page 806. Got to throw in Future is starting a new story arc. I'll leave it at that. And then, on page 916, I think this is my last thing in next phase. We have, now you're going to have to help me with this one, Mike.
Okay.
So this is from Visions. We have Deadacre Black Badge, and it has 2 in the title. So it says issue 2, but it's the same title, so I'm wondering if this is
the sequel,
volume 2
or volume 2. Yeah, I think it's the next issue of that one from several months ago that we read.
But it came in a trade paperback format. This one is only 32 pages.
Yeah.
So it's same creative team as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is, I don't remember this last month. But then again, with it being in Visions towards the back of the catalog, sometimes you get into the catalog, you're ready to be done. I maybe just missed it. So I don't know if this is the continuation of that story that we read. If it is, I'll probably pick it up. But if it's just part of what was already in the other story, well, I don't want to pick it up because I've already read it and I already have it. So
yeah, it came out just last October is when I bought it.
Yeah.
This Deadacre trade. So yeah, that's a good question.
Anyway, I'm just not for sure what the status is on that one. So
it was.
But there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, with it only being 32 pages, I feel like if I bought this, it's going to be what's already in the trade that we got. So
yeah, it might be. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm done with next phase. You ready for panels?
I am.
Okay. So let's go to page 7. Let's hit some of the highlight books, unless you have something before page 7.
Let's see. No.
All right. So you can talk about these in as much detail as you want. So page 7, this is from Boom Studios. We have Gastronomique, issue number 1. Erotic horror. Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down, Mike.
That's a big downer.
Yeah,
big downer.
Yeah, that's a big thumbs down for me as well. All right. Next, from Dark Horse, we have Shift. This is script by Jonathan Hickman. This is a continuation of his World 3 Moons universe. So thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think that's going to be a thumbs down as well.
Okay, I'm probably going thumbs up. I think I ordered the first book. I'll have to double check that. So I will probably continue.
Oh wait, no, this could have some ramifications, couldn't it? Because it's a new universe, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So like it started last month. And
yeah.
This is the second part of it. So
yeah.
So I guess I think I'm gonna try to stay in on the ground floor on this one.
I didn't get the first
long
one,
enough
so
to
still know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably picking this one up. So this is thumbs up.
Okay.
All right. From IDW, Star Trek 60th Anniversary Special. So this is an anthology of Star Trek stories.
Thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up. Well, I'm thumbs down. I'm just not a big Star Trek comic book guy. There's not a whole lot that I'm big fans of on the reading side of that.
I don't know. I was struck with a sudden sense of nostalgia as a kid. I don't collect any of the Star Trek comics. I don't read any of these that come out from IDW or whoever the publisher is, I believe. But this kind of a story might expose me to some interesting stories within that universe once again.
All right, next from Ignition Press, we have Cult de Sac. I actually misread that whenever I was looking at
Mm.
it the first time. I thought it was just Cul de Sac, but it's Cult de Sac. Suburban drama turns dark in this modern terror from horror veteran Cullen Bunn. So thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, thumbs
Oh,
down.
I'm torn on this one. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. So
Oh,
I may have to check this one out.
okay.
All right, so from Marvel, you got Midnight X-Men. A dark creator-driven vision from the Marvel Universe begins here. So it's an all-disturbing universe, all new, all-disturbing universe.
Where does that sound? Why does that sound familiar?
Because it's every month from Marvel, apparently. No. uh, this to me is going to be a big pass because one, it's not tied to the main universe. Now it's Hickman again. Okay, but Marvel just had their vampire event not that long ago, and now they're leaning into the vampires again.
Is it all
So,
vampires? Is it all? I mean, I guess it is.
well, I
I mean,
mean,
X-Men is, yeah. But
hmm
what this struck me as the Marvel version of the Absolute Universe at DC.
okay, so no, I think this is more of a, well, that says like the shadows of New York City are stalked by vampires and the mutant empires. So it's kind of like if and I can't remember what the Marvel crossover event was, but if that kind of crossed over with the Krakoa version of the X-Men,
Yeah,
right? That had a mashup written by Hickman, who did, of course, the Krakoa X-Men stories. It's like to me, it's more of a what if type of a story. I'm still not getting it because if it's outside the Marvel universe, it doesn't matter. But it goes all the way back to some Chris Claremont stories, some annuals where Storm meets up with Dracula. So
yeah.
it's kind of got a pretty long history in the Marvel universe with the X Men and Dracula. So
I said I'm going with thumbs up on it. Just
really, okay,
yeah.
I'm still thumbs down on it. So
Okay.
all right, from Oni Press, we have Fort Psycho, written by Matt Kent. So you can already know what my answer to this is going to be. Exciting new series stocked with train killers, secret betrayals, and an off-the-grid island prison with no hope of escape. So I'm thumbs up, Matt Kent. I'm giving this one a shot.
Thumbs
So
up, Matt Kent. It's a prison.
oh yeah, you've got that extra piece there, don't you?
Yeah.
So and all right, that's all the highlights. So my first thing is on page 23.
Okay. Go ahead.
Still me? Oh, that's right. You're not till Marvel, right?
No, the way I sort these,
Oh, okay.
a lot of what you just covered, I already had on my list.
Oh, well,
So
did you want to say anything more about any of those books?
no, no,
Oh,
they
okay.
are all. I mean, I had the Midnight X-Men, and I said what I was going to say about it. Maybe being,
Okay.
I'm just wanting to get it to see if it's just turns out to be the next absolute Batman type
Okay.
deal.
I
Um,
understand.
I picked the Shift one shot, not realizing there was a previous one.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did have that down, but now I don't know if I've
Well,
missed
I
out
don't
on
think
that
it's called
first
The
one.
Shift. I don't think it's called The Shift. It was a different title last month.
Okay.
Um, and let me see if I can find my previous. Um, I was looking for my previous pre-orders notes. Oh, I deleted them. Never mind. Sorry, I deleted them. Just the other day, I deleted all my to clean up some space in a folder. I deleted my last month's notes, so I'll know not to do that moving forward. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was a number one last time, and this is also a number one. So I think the one before was kind of like a uh, prelude or an introducing the universe type story.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on page 25 under Dark Horse.
I thought you were on 23. No?
Oh, well, I lied because it's actually on page 25.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, did you have this one?
I did. Yeah,
Okay,
it's one I
well,
was
I'll let you
alluding to
talk about
earlier.
it. Yep, yep, I'll
It's
let you
just
go on.
it's basically Tom King writing a Friends
Yep.
knockoff called The Six of Us,
Yep.
and so Dun 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 dun. Dun. Get that song in your head.
So, but
Yeah.
the difference is what happens if one of the characters dies, or actually one of the
Yeah.
actors playing one of the characters dies. So
Which
there you
weirdly
go.
enough has since then, but
Right. Well, I
not
think this was during the.
not
I
during the
assume this
show,
was
right?
during the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, it's Tom King, and
Hmm.
I almost everything he does, I'm on board with, and it's yeah, it's definitely it's reaching back probably to something nostalgic for him, the '90s and Friends and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So, yeah, I think this might be interesting. He does pretty good humor when he wants to.
43.
It's still you,
All
or
right.
it's you.
So
Hmm.
this is from Ignition Press. Prima Apparata. Script by Olivia Dufault. Illustrated by Rebecca Isaacs. This is basically if you were a fan of manga mechs, then this is probably something you might want to dip your toes into a new universe. But I'm probably not picking it up because I'm really not a fan of that genre. But with it being Ignition Press, I think it has some chance of being some
Hmm.
well written stories.
I actually have something back on 23 that
Oh, okay.
I thought we were going to
Skipped.
talk about, what was you had the wrong page, and it earlier off air we were talking about what we might cover for a first five sometime in the future, and I was
Hmm.
trying to think. This issue here reminded me of uh, what's his name? Oh my
Oh, the
gosh, the
Goon.
Goon. Yes,
Eric Powell.
Eric
Yeah.
Powell. Yeah. Anyway, this is Hillbilly, the
Hmm.
treason of 12-Toe Maggie. So I've always wanted a reason to read an Eric Powell book, and if we
Okay.
don't do the first five of the Goon someday, I'm at least going to get this and see how good this is. The cover looks really great. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we can add that to our list. You make start a list, Mike.
Okay, I'll start a list.
All right, I'm on page 48.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All right, so this is finally getting into Marvel. I, you know what? I just don't know about stinking numbering. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 36, but wait, it's actually Amazing Spider-Man number 1000. So can you imagine going into the store? There are multiple Spider-Mans listed this month.
Yeah.
All right, you've got 34, which is going to be out August 5th, 35, which is going to be out August 26th, and then 36, which is going to be out September 16th, but it's actually going to have issue number 1000 on the cover, which makes you wonder, like, if you're reading 34, 35. We talked about this last episode with the whole numbering changes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to be an anthology book. You got comic script by Joe Kelly, Noah Hawley. I think there's actually going to be more. 'Cause I'm pretty sure this is going to be oversized. But we have the 1000th issue of Amazing Spider-Man coming out this September.
Yeah. I
Oh,
that's one thing.
and Bendis is supposed to have a story in it. Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis
Hmm.
returns to Spider-Man along with Stuart Immonen. And of course, Bendis is back at Marvel now. His first return book was recently a backup story in Avengers.
And if you want to read more about, get more information about how many pages and more of the publisher information, you have to go to the actual publisher's catalog
Catalog.
with
Hmm.
Penguin Random House, because the panels catalog is somewhat limited in
Hmm.
its descriptions.
Very limited. um, let's see. What do you got next?
A big fat zero. Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have much. Actually, I only got one more thing, and this is just to mention, which when we talked about Fort Psycho, we kind of talked about this, but Oni Press is now available at Penguin Random House. Now, I don't remember, was Oni Press in panels? Or, excuse me, in Next Phase? I don't remember seeing them over there. So I guess
I
they
don't
have
remember
moved
seeing it.
over.
No.
Yeah, they have moved over to Penguin Random House. So the things that are in the Oni Press section, I didn't put a page number, so I'm having to scroll to actually find it here. Oh, I went too far because now I'm in the graphic novels. Um,
No, this Oni
Wait.
Press is not listed in the table of contents in panels.
Okay. All right. So here, there's Dark Horse. Dark man. Okay. But anyway, so I guess to say if you're a fan of Oni Press and you're buying your books from a shop that has not bothered to create an account with Bing and Random House, and I think there are a lot of shops that are in that boat, you may have to find an alternate source to pick up your Oni Press books. So
Yep.
just throwing that out there. Okay, yeah, I'm also done with panels. So we're going to jump over to ICV2's website and talk about the top 50 books. These are for numbers from March 29th to May 2nd. And just pointing out the number one book this month is actually from Marvel for once, which is the Marvel DC Spider-Man Superman one-shot, with Absolute Batman climbing back up to number 2, and then the DC version of the Marvel Superman Spider-Man one-shot is number 3.
Hmm.
So, Mike, what are some of you, just kind of, neither one of us has spent a lot of time looking at this chart. So, what are some of your initial thoughts here on this top 50 for books kind of in the April-ish time frame?
Not a lot is totally surprising. I am a bit surprised that Zatanna #1 is #9. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I read the previous miniseries. Uh, I'm blanking on his name. That was the artist that turned writer, and I wasn't completely wowed by it.
Was it Jamal somebody?
Yeah, and it's not Jamal Igle. It's
Jamal Igle,
no,
yeah.
it's not Jamal. It's oh my gosh. Anyway, I thought, well, a lot of times great artists come over and they're not the best writers yet, but maybe it's getting better. I don't know. Maybe it's just the buzz. But let's see what
Hmm.
else. Yeah, nothing else really surprising me. I don't think.
Well, I guess my surprise is I thought that, and this may just be because of, oh, well, dang it. I thought I could change it to March and see. Hold on a second. Okay, no, this just moved it to April. I was trying to get the last month's sales numbers because I thought Daredevil number one was in the previous month's sales numbers.
Oh,
Um, and and it's still number 6. I thought we talked about it last time because I was kind of surprised to see Daredevil up there so high. So
I'll be darned.
I'm looking. I'm trying to scroll back and try to find. That's March. There's April. Okay, here's March. Okay, here's March. Okay, so top 50 March. Okay, yeah, this is okay. There is wow. So I'm looking. I thought, man, those lists look the same, but the DC Marvel from the DC version of the Superman Spider-Man one shot was number one for March also.
Yeah.
So the Marvel one is number one for April, and the DC one is number one for March and number 3 for April. So that shows you how big those crossover books are for both companies right now, and
Yeah.
probably more important for Marvel since they are very light in the top 50 at the current time. But Daredevil number one was number 2 in March, and it is still number 6 in April, which is kind of surprising as well. So
I don't
now
know. I
out.
mean, I'm looking at. I was trying to sort these. I put them into an Excel spreadsheet. Marvel
Mhm,
has 23 in the top 50, and DC. It looked to me like just at a glance it was about even. DC
mhm.
has 20, and then the rest are independent. You got an IDW and Image comic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but there are like what in the we have one image book in the top 10. But then 11 is also Image, and then 20 is also Image. Dork, is still hanging out there in the top 20. So that's kind of a surprise. Now, okay, here's a question for you. Glancing at these top 10 for April, how many of those are you reading or plan to read?
Ooh. Let's see. Well, I did buy both the Marvel and the DC versions of the Superman/Spider-Man, vice versa. I am not buying currently an Absolute Batman.
No.
Let's see. Instead of me saying what I'm not buying, I will just say what I'm buying. Out of the top 10, none of them, other than those
The one shots. The only thing that I am planning on reading out of the top 10 is Daredevil #1.
Okay.
And I'm scrolling down, looking through the top 20. Okay, Batman 8 I'm planning on picking up, which is down at number 13. So I'm only 2 in the top 20.
Yeah, I got Fury of Firestorm.
Okay.
I got the Batman Wonder Woman Truth one shot.
Okay.
I'm
reading Iron Man at number 25.
Oh, by Joshua Williamson, yeah.
Yep. I'm reading Captain America at number 30. Punisher at number 35. I'm actually reading Justice League Unlimited, but just in the app. I'm not buying that. I'm reading that in the app.
I'm getting it. I'm reading it.
Okay. Oh, Swamp Thing 1989 is 43. So that is one we're going to talk about when all 4 are out. Yeah. And I'm reading Detective in the app.
And Wonder Woman
in the app. So, yeah. So, that's less than 10 of the top 50 books.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about us, Mike.
I don't know. I don't know either. We're not necessarily bandwagon jumpers. I'm not.
Maybe not. So, we avoid the hype because we've seen all the hype before. So, maybe that's how we should view it. So,
yeah.
But all right, so we're still waiting for the JLA Avengers to show up here because they're alternating. Who publishes those? So it's going to be alternated between Lunar and Penguin, and it's going to be interesting to see if there's a big sales number change between the DC and the Marvel ones. And that's why I was thinking. I thought, well, this disproves my theory since the Marvel version of the Spider-Man Superman crossover was number 1. But since the DC version was number 1 the previous month and still number 3 this month, then I don't think it's completely disproven. There's still a chance that theory may end up being corrected. It's Penguin Random House that's really hurting Marvel sales numbers.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right. So, Mike, what do we got coming up in the next episode of the Campus Comics Cast?
It's funny, we talked about it before, and I totally forgot to write it down, but we are going to have a first 5, and it is going to be independent. It's going to be Tank Girl.
Okay.
I had to ramble on while my brain was trying to remember.
Well, I was going to be there for you if you needed it, because I did remember, so.
We'll do the first 5 appearances of Tank Girl, which, as best as we can tell, they were in the magazine. Deadline was it from 1988 or so?
Yes.
So we're gonna try that out. We'll also do a CLZ shake. There might be something else to do, but we'll just have to wait and see.
And just to throw it out there, there was a image in a fanzine that predates Deadline #1. So there you go. We're not going to include that in our first 5 issues, but we'll probably talk about it then as well. So.
Right.
Do you want to talk about anything out of the catalog you're looking forward to coming up?
Looking forward to. I mean, one of them is that 6 of Us by Tom King. As far as that Hammer Fist, I gotta say, I really like that idea. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just can't get behind that Hammer Fist just because I'm gonna have to read something new that Rick Remender's done that's really good before I can get off the dismissive of Rick Remender. So I have that Escape written down.
Yeah.
To kind of keep an eye out for. Actually, you know what? When I put in my last order, they still had issues of Escape 1 and 2. I think I might have put an order in for the first 2 issues.
Well,
So,
if you need, I'm not like collecting these. If you want the first 6 issues, I can certainly give them to you.
I've got them. I've got something coming. So,
Okay.
I'm looking through. Is there anything I'm particularly looking forward to? Because I can always fall back on the future is. But you know what? I had kind of passed initially on the what was the Vertigo book, the Black Tower Raven Conspiracy. But then when I was reminded of Ram V and New Gods, it's like, okay, maybe I'm starting to be a little bit more excited about that Black Tower Raven Conspiracy. Kind of like the idea of the magic espionage, and then Ram V. Okay, he's kind of got some books. So yeah, I think I'm kind of looking forward to that one. And it's kind of hard not to look forward to a Mark Waid Chris Samnee team up with Batman and Robin Year One dynamic duos. If I had read yet the first one, that might be the top of the list. But since I haven't read that yet, I'll have to. I can't get quite as excited, but it's supposed to be pretty good. So I think Samnee was nominated for an Eisner for that series. So
okay.
You want to throw out an investment pick?
The only one was I wrote down because you said it was that Bad Idea book, Ordained number 4.
Oh, okay.
I don't even look those words. Those things don't normally jump out at me. What tells me it might be a good investment. So that's all I have.
You've got that one. I don't know. That Yumi looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that's got some potential there. So I'll probably pick up a few copies of that. And I don't know, that Denver one also is something I'm gonna probably pick up some extra copies of just in case.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
All right. So, Mike, if somebody wants to reach out to you besides podcast@bergcomics.com, how might they do that?
You can get me at Mike at comicshoproadshow.com or on our Campus Comics Cast Facebook page.
All right. And I'm Scott Reed. You can find me at bergcomics.com, BURGcomics.com, where there are links to my social media pages and eBay store. And we'll be back soon with Tank Girl.
June 9th, 6 p.m., First Fight Tank Girl, and Escape 1 and 2, CLZ Shake. Alright, it's in the feed. Why am I always surprised to get a message when I know that you're sending it? My phone goes off, I'm like, who's that? Oh, it's you.